Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of the podcast For the Love of Drama. Thank you for watching. I am Fiona and today I'm going to be talking about The Mirror Has Two Faces, the 1996 film starring Barbra Streisand and Jeff Bridges. This romantic comedy film was produced and directed by Barbra Streisand, and she also starred in it. The film's cast includes Jeff Bridges, Pierce Brosnan, George Segal, Mimi Roger, Brenda Vaccaro, and Lauren Bacall. The plot follows a shy, middle-aged professor who pursues a platonic relationship with an unlucky in love colleague. Rose Morgan, played by Barbra Streisand, is a middle-aged English literature professor at Columbia University who lives with her vain, overbearing, widowed mother, played by Lauren Bacall. While Rose is at her sister Claire's wedding, she tells her best friend Doris that although she is certain she will never get married, she also believes it might be wonderful to have a partner who truly knows her. Gregory Larkin, played by Jeff Bridges, is a mathematics Columbia professor, unable to connect with his students, and struggles with romantic relationships as he loses perspective when aroused by an attractive woman. After several failed romantic relationships, Gregory decides to take matters into his own hands and place a personal ad. Younger viewers, please note, personal ads were 1980s and 90s equivalent to Bumble, Plenty of Fish, and Tinder. The ad reads, Columbia University professor, male, seeks woman interested in common goals and companionship. Must have a PhD and be over 35. Physical appearance not important. Claire, Rose's sister, secretly replies to the ad for Rose. And then Gregory visits one of Rose's lectures at the university and later calls her to ask her out for dinner. One thing I must point out is this lecture of Rose's, Gregory comes along, but he leaves before she finishes. She is talking about love and ideals of love, and for the first part of it that Gregory hears, she is sounding very, very cynical. And after he leaves, she reveals that she totally believes in love, and that, when it does all work out, it is rather wonderful. But Gregory didn't hear that part. So, 3 months on, the relationship is going well, but there has been no physical intimacy between them. Gregory then asks Rose to marry him, on the understanding the marriage will be based on mutual affection and common interests. Rose agrees and they marry. All goes well for a while, and then Rose begins to want more. And the rest of the story reveals how they struggle with different beliefs and ideas of love until eventually there is a happy ending. Barbra Streisand acts the part of Rose perfectly. She reveals her to be a confident woman in some situations. For instance, when she is doing a lecture or in the classroom at the Columbia University, her students are completely engaged with her because she is engaging to them. She is a brilliant speaker and explains English literature in a way that her students understand, find interesting, and can relate to. But though Rose is an intelligent, thoughtful woman and is confident in a classroom, she is much less confident in social situations, and she does not believe that she is pretty enough for someone to find her attractive. That is very sad and sort of hard to believe, really, that an intelligent, capable woman like that would feel like that. But of course, we're all human. We all have these doubts within ourselves. And I think Rose's character, the way she is, stems a lot from her relationship with her mother and her sister, more so with her mother, who she lives with, and her mother is very domineering, very belittling of Rose, and doesn't really encourage her, and has brought her up basically to think that good looks are all important. Jeff Bridges plays Gregory as a shy mathematical genius who never quite doesn't understand women at all, basically, doesn't understand feelings of love. He lives a very, very ordered life and treats love and relationships like it were a mathematical equation. And something about Rose just gets him, and he is quite happy to have a platonic relationship, but in time Rose shows him she has not, and he cannot understand it when she begins to be attracted to him, and once more he just goes back to, well, this is what we agreed and this should stay like that. Very robotic, the way he talks about things. And when the couple separate for a while and he comes back, Rose is there to welcome him with makeup on, which she never wore before. She went to the gym over the few months that he was away and got really fit and lost weight, and she looked really glammed up, and he just can't get his head round that. He kept saying over and over again, why have you done this? I don't understand, until she just has enough and walks out. But thankfully, there is a happy ending, a wonderful happy ending, which I absolutely loved. They are dancing in the middle of the street. Before that, he pulls up at her place of residence and shouts up at the window. She goes down to talk to him. He declares that he loves her, and they kiss and they dance, and the final credits rolling up with the song playing in the background show them dancing. And then they are trying to hail a taxi to get home, and the same taxi driver pulls over that Rose had a lift with before in the taxi. And earlier on in the film, she gets in this taxi ready to go out on her first date with Gregory, with her hair all sleek and styled nicely, and the taxi driver doesn't have his windows open, and he says, not my problem, lady, you know, it's the taxi company's job to get it sorted. And exactly the same thing. The same taxi driver pulls up at the end and she says, you are joking me, you're kidding me. You haven't got those windows fixed. He said, not my fault, lady. Just get in. There's nothing. It's not my responsibility. It's the taxi cab's responsibility. Hey, that's not a bad American accent, is it? Well, I'll just keep telling myself that, shall I? Anyway, that's the brilliant ending. And I think that's about all I've got to say. I watched this film for the first time at the weekend, and I was blown away by the sincerity of it, the relationships of the actors, especially between Rose and her mother, Rose and her sister. Pierce Brosnan plays quite a small part in it as Rose's sister's husband, who Rose has had a secret crush on forever. And ultimately, and more importantly, the relationship between Rose and Gregory, which blossoms and ends in true love. So that's the romantic comedy from 1996, The Mirror Has Two Faces. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon with another podcast on Friday. So, bye guys, take care. Bye-bye.